In this question, we want to find the 125th term in the arithmetic sequence 4, -1, -6, -11, and so on. To solve this question, we are going to use the formula below of a sub n equals a1 plus n minus 1d. So because the question wants us to find the 125th term, that means we're going to solve for an in this question. So now that we're solving for an, we need to use our sequence to also find a1, n, and d. So let's start by writing out our arithmetic sequence below. We have 4, -1, -6, and then -11. As we can see, 4 is the first term in the sequence. So therefore, 4 is going to be our a1. So now that we have a1, we just need to find our n and d. N is whatever term we're solving for, or the last term in the sequence. So because we want to find the 125th term, that means n is going to be 125. So now we found a1 and n, and we just need to find the common difference of d. Well, the common difference is the number that we take to get from 4 to -1. So to get from 4 to -1, what do we have to add? Well, as we can see, we are going backwards. 4 to -1 is a decrease in number, so therefore we have to subtract a number. To get from 4 to -1, we want to subtract 5. To get from -1 to -6, we also want to subtract 5. And to get from -6 to -11, we also need to subtract 5. So therefore our common difference of d is -5. So now that we know a1, n, and d, we can solve for an. But instead of writing an, we are going to write a of 125 because we're solving for the 125th term. a1 we found to be 4, plus n, 125, minus 1, all multiplied by the common difference of -5. So now we have to do our brackets first, which is 125 minus 1. So a of 125 equals 4 plus 124 multiplied by -5. Next, we have to do multiplication before addition, so we have 124 multiplied by -5. 124 multiplied by -5 gives us -620. So now we're left with 4 plus -620, which is the same as 4 minus 620. So a of 125 leaves us with the final answer of -616. So the 125th term in the arithmetic sequence is -616.